Welcome to The Explainer. So, if you're a Chicago Bears fan, your social media feed has probably been, well, a total roller coaster, right? Is the offense a complete disaster? Is the defense historically great? Today, we're going to cut through all that chatter and break down the two very different but equally important stories coming out of Bears training camp. So let's get into it. First things first, let's just be real about the environment we're in. As one reporter perfectly put it, we are in the dumb days of camp. This is the time of year for those out-of-context clips of bad throws, totally made-up practice stats, and just some wild takes from people who aren't even there. It's a mess, and it makes it really hard to figure out what's actually happening on the field. So, if we just push all that noise aside for a second, what's the real story? Well, there are two very clear narratives emerging from Hallis Hall, and honestly, they feel like they're hitting in opposite directions. We're going to break down both sides of the ball to give you the whole picture. All right, let's kick things off with story number one, which is, without a doubt, the most dominant story of camp, the Chicago Bears defense. And look, this isn't just a unit that's playing well. From everything we're hearing, they are playing with a ferocity, a competitive fire that is setting the tone for the entire team. They're flying around, they're physical, and they are making their presence felt on every single snap. And this new attitude, it's being driven by a perfect mix of players. You've got Jaquan Brisker, who is basically the emotional heartbeat of that defense. The guy is just always full throttle. Then there's Tremaine Edmonds, who's having an absolutely stellar camp, even making this insane juggling interception that got the whole sideline fired up. And then there's the new guy, the veteran Kevin Byard. This is a 10-year pro who's out there scrapping like he's trying to make the team. And he's bringing this feisty, hard-nosed mentality that they needed. And this quote from Byard, man, it just says it all. After a little scuffle in practice, he's not backing down an inch. This is the new identity this defense is building. They're playing with a real edge, a swagger, and it seems to be contagious. It's a culture being built by the vets and the young guys together. Okay, so that's the defense. Now, let's flip the script and talk about the other side of the ball and how it's being built. The story around rookie quarterback Caleb Williams is, well, it's a lot different. His journey right now isn't some highlight reel. It's a tough, challenging, and very deliberate project with a really steep learning curve. A lot of the drama online comes from this huge gap between the hype and the reality. The hype was, a plug-and-play superstar, an instant highlight machine. But the reality of what reporters have seen in practice, an offense that looks, and I'm quoting here, clunky and out of sync. It's becoming super clear that operationally, from a fundamental standpoint, Caleb Williams has work to do to get ready for the NFL. So you might be asking, why all the struggles? Well, here's the thing. It's on purpose. This is by design. Head coach Ben Johnson gave this amazing metaphor, saying he literally threw his young quarterback and the whole offense into the deep end of the pool. The goal is to force-feed him the NFL experience, even if it means there's a lot more thrashing around than calmly treading water right now. They're stress testing him. So what does that thrashing actually look like day to day? It's about all the stuff that doesn't make the highlight reels. It's not about making the spectacular off-platform throw right now. No, the focus on the core duties, really truly mastering the playbook, commanding the huddle with authority, making reads before the snap, and just understanding the entire offensive system inside and out. The front office actually has a name for all this. They call it the fundamental piece. GM Ryan Poles has been really blunt about it, saying Williams has to grow in his understanding of coverages and the whole offensive system, because frankly, it's stuff he just didn't have to do that much of in college. That's the biggest gap they need to close. And this quote from Poles just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly sums up the whole strategy. He's saying, look, Caleb has these special God-given gifts you just can't coach. That's why we drafted him number one. But if they can get that fundamental operational piece up to speed and pair it with his insane raw talent, then special things can happen. So you've got this killer defense on one practice field and this developing offense on the other, all of it happening under this giant media microscope. How in the world is the team and the quarterback himself handling all that pressure? Well, for his part, Caleb Williams has been incredibly poised through it all.
When he gets asked about the viral clips of his mistakes or the nonstop criticism, his response has been super calm and collected. He says he just looks at it and laughs because he understands it all just comes with the territory. That kind of maturity is exactly what you want to see.
This brings everything to a really crucial point. The Bears are in such a unique spot. They have a defense that looks like it's ready to win right now, and an offense that is very, very much a work in progress. That puts a ton of pressure on the coaching staff to manage these two completely different timelines and get this whole team on the same page for week 1.
But here's the thing. The players seem to have complete and total faith in the guy steering the ship. The veteran Kevin Byard called head coach Ben Johnson the engine of things and said his arrival feels like a massive culture shift. He says Johnson has instant buy-in from both sides of the ball, which is huge.
And that leaves us with the ultimate question, doesn't it? The Bears have a defense that is rising to an elite level and a quarterback with elite potential who's being built from the ground up. These two timelines are on a collision course with the start of the season. Will they be able to get it all to click in time for week 1? That is the story we're all going to be watching.
Thanks for tuning in to the Bear Report. We're proud to be your voice in Bears Nation. If you liked what you heard, hit follow and spread the word. More news, more takes, more grit, coming your way soon. Don't forget to follow the show wherever you get your podcasts. And as always, bear down.